Go in and look at the back of your hand right now. It looks pretty smooth, right? Static, quiet, maybe a little boring. Well, welcome to this explainer, where we're going to totally shatter that illusion. Because the crazy reality is, our human eyes are literally blind to a massive, chaotic, and densely populated hidden world that is surrounding us right this very second.
I mean, we spend our entire lives just completely oblivious to the fact that millions of tiny organisms and breathtakingly complex structures are everywhere. Right now, as we speak, there are microscopic mites navigating the dense forest of your eyelashes. You've got vast, sprawling bacterial colonies multiplying on your phone screen, and there is an absolute explosion of life in that fresh glass of tap water you just poured. For thousands of years, humans confidently walked around believing they were seeing the whole universe. But the truth? They were missing the vast majority of it. So, how did humans actually discover a world their own eyes could never see? It's kind of a profound philosophical shift when you think about it. Humanity spent millennia basically trapped by the sheer arrogance of human perception, just assuming that the visible world was all there was. But this microscopic realm, it was always there, operating in the dark, quietly shaping our health, our environment, our entire existence. We just needed a key to unlock it. And maybe humble ourselves a bit in the process. Okay, let's dive into section 1. The birth of the microscope from glass to gateway. Now, the journey to finding this gateway definitely didn't happen overnight. For over 1,000 years, humanity tinkered with glass, which mostly culminated in the 13th century with these primitive little lenses designed simply to help monks read illuminated manuscripts. And honestly, we kind of stagnated there for a few hundred years. But then, right in the late 1500s, things rapidly accelerated. In an era fueled by intense historical rivalries and a massive spike in scientific curiosity, figures like Zacharias Janssen began combining lenses together, which sparked the highly debated origins of the very first true compound microscopes. Just imagine asking yourself back then, what if two pieces of glass could reveal the unseen? It must have seemed like absolute magic. I mean, it's a highly counterintuitive realization that curving, shaping, and stocking a solid object could somehow bend incoming light in a way that magnifies reality itself. Think about the sheer awe those early experimenters must have felt, realizing that just a clever manipulation of optics could unlock a completely unknown dimension of existence. Moving on to section 2, Antonie van Leeuwenhoek, the first glimpse. What's super interesting here is that the central protagonist of this era wasn't even a formal scientist. Antonie van Leeuwenhoek was actually a draper, a merchant who inspected the quality of cloth threads. To get a better look at his fabrics, he started crafting his own tiny, incredibly powerful, spherical lenses. And when he turned these handcrafted little instruments toward a drop of lake water or, even the plaque from his own teeth, he was absolutely shocked. He found what he called animalcules, literally little animals, swimming furiously around. He was the very first human to ever lay eyes on this hidden universe. All right, section 3, inside the machine, how the magic works. So, how does this actually work? The mechanics behind it are basically an elegant manipulation of photons. It starts with a light source at the base, projecting upward. That light enters a condenser, which precisely focuses the beam into this tight cone to perfectly illuminate the sample. Then, as the light passes through whatever you're looking at, the objective lens captures those divergent rays, really doing the heavy lifting of gathering those microscopic details. Finally, the eyepiece magnifies that virtual image, delivering a perfectly reconstructed, larger-than-life world directly into your eye. And this pathway creates some seriously astonishing magnification. To put a number like 400x magnification into practical terms, think about this. At that scale, a single delicate strand of human hair looks like a thick, rough tree trunk. A tiny speck of dust becomes this jagged, complex asteroid. And individual red blood cells suddenly pop into view, floating around like little crimson coins. But here's the catch. Magnification without clarity is entirely useless. If you just magnify a blur, well, you just get a larger, grainier blur, right? The real true secret of the microscope is resolution. That's the ability to distinguish two closely spaced objects as separate, distinct points rather than just one big smudge. This is all governed by the diffraction limit of light, and conquering that physical barrier is what actually allows us to see the crisp, sharp boundaries of things like bacteria and cellular walls. Which brings us to section 4, the ecosystem in a drop, a complex, microscopic world. Before these optical breakthroughs happened, people pretty reasonably assumed a drop of pond water was just, well, water. But peer through that lens, and you find a breathtakingly fierce, hyperactive ecosystem. You can literally witness the predatory sweeping movements of a paramecium, the stunning jewel-like geometric perfection of diatoms that look like they were carved from pure crystal, and the slow, creeping, sci-fi-like engulfment of a hunting amoeba. It's a bustling, chaotic environment, operating right there beneath our fingertips. Section 5. Changing medicine forever. Seeing the disease. Discovering this hidden world completely and utterly altered our understanding of human biology. Virtually overnight, scientists weren't just relying on blind guesses or superstition to figure out why people got sick. They could directly study tissue samples, examine the flow of blood, and, most crucially of all, they could actually see the disease-causing pathogens. It revolutionized science and medicine because, for the first time ever, our invisible enemies were finally unmasked. All right, Section 6. When light is not enough, pushing the limits. Of course, human curiosity eventually hit a really frustrating physical wall. Researchers desperately needed to see smaller and smaller structures, like the interior architecture of a cell or the spiky shell of a virus, but standard visible light simply couldn't resolve them. The actual physical wavelength of visible light was just too large to capture these impossibly tiny details. It was kind of like using a giant, thick paintbrush to try and draw a microscopic, ultra-fine line. It just doesn't work. So, to bypass that seemingly insurmountable limit, science had to get incredibly creative. Enter the electron microscope. Instead of using photons, these advanced instruments use a focused beam of electrons. Because electrons behave as waves with a wavelength literally thousands of times shorter than visible light, they can resolve structures far, far smaller than conventional optical microscopes ever could. This dramatic technological leap opened up an entirely new dimension of breathtaking, nanoscale clarity. Let's look at Section 7, the unseen frontier, modern microscopic technology. Fast forward to today, and modern laboratories have evolved light years beyond those simple glass lenses. Take fluorescence microscopy, for example. Scientists can now tag specific proteins or genetic sequences with these glowing markers, allowing them to literally watch biological molecules travel through a living cell in real time. It effectively turns cellular biology into a glowing neon highway. We aren't just looking at static, dead pictures anymore. We are dynamically observing the intricate, real-time machinery of life as it operates. And finally, Section 8, the big question. Imagining a blind world. It's actually deeply unsettling to pause and think about what we would know about bacteria if this invention had never come along. I mean, imagine the sheer terror of historical plagues. Before we could physically see pathogens, deadly diseases were blamed on bad air, miasma, or divine punishment. We would be completely clueless about infections, entirely devoid of antibiotics, and basically forced to fight a devastating, invisible war, completely blindfolded, relying on pure superstition rather than targeted scientific warfare. And what about cells? The cell is the fundamental Lego brick of all life on Earth. Without the ability to see and understand cellular structures, the entire fields of modern genetics, neuroscience, and advanced pharmacology simply could not exist. We would be completely, hopelessly lost in our understanding of how plants grow, how biological inheritance works, or even how our own bodies heal from a simple scrape. So ultimately, the microscope didn't just make small things bigger, it sparked a profound philosophical revolution. It fundamentally changed what humans were capable of perceiving, proving once and for all that our biological senses are just woefully inadequate at grasping the true scale of the universe. It expanded the boundaries of our reality and demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that our world is infinitely more complex and far stranger than we could have ever imagined. Remember, right now, there is an entire bustling universe surrounding you, operating quietly on your skin, in your food, and in the very air you're breathing. So the real question we have to ask ourselves is, how much of the world are we still unable to see? Well, thank you for exploring this fascinating hidden reality with me in today's Explainer. Keep questioning, keep looking a little closer at the world around you, and I'll catch you next time.